What up, Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries? It's your boy, Trey, from the Bat Channel, your main hub for all things Batman.
Question. How do we call him? He gave us a signal.
If you haven't seen our Batman Day celebration video, then you haven't heard that I recently got married to my wonder wife, Sarah, and we've been super busy ever since. Thank you guys so much for all the special wedding wishes, and we had a wonderful little honeymoon to celebrate, and just had such a wonderful time.
Why are you looking at me with such concern?
I'm so very worried. Your vitality's being drained from you. Marriage. It's the end, I tell you.
I think of it as the beginning.
Armageddon.
Rebirth.
Restriction.
Structure.
Answering to a woman.
Being in a relationship.
But I'm so glad to finally be back to some normalcy and to do some more Bat Channel episodes. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it and find out what's been going on in the Batman world. After the delay of Batman star Robert Pattinson testing positive for COVID-19 and eventually returning back to, being able to film, Warner Brothers had decided to push back the release date from October 1st, 2021 to March 4th, 2022. Unfortunately, that announcement came with many more delays for DC films like Shazam! Fury of the Gods will now move from November 4th, 2022 to June 2nd of 2023, so like a whole year back. And then Black Adam, which was originally slated for December 22nd of 2021, that's being removed from the schedule completely, so that's kind of indefinite timeline. We're not sure when that's going to get back in. And then the Flashpoint film starring Ezra Miller was set for June 3rd, 2022, will now be pushed to Shazam 2's spot in November of 2022. Whew. That's some sucky news, right? But I mean, obviously with all the the pandemic going on, kind of expected, right?
I just want it to stop.
There's also been some speculation that Wonder Woman 1984 might get pushed back to 2021. But the nice thing is, Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman 1984, has said that there has not been any discussion about taking Wonder Woman and putting on the streaming services of HBO Max, like Disney's been doing with a lot of their films, to Disney Plus. So hopefully that stays the case, but I mean, really, it makes sense to me of why they're doing this. I can't really say I'm surprised. So only about 70% of movie theaters were open for Tenet when it came out September 4th, actually on my wedding day. And that had like a budget of like $200 million. And I read an article that said for them to get their money back even after marketing costs, and they've had to do so much marketing cost of, announcing that the movie's going to get pushed back and what new date it's going to be. They've had to do that, I think, like 3 times. So I heard their marketing cost was kind of extensive than typical films. So they had to make somewhere, this number kind of flips back and forth, but I hear anywhere between $400 million and $800 million to have a profit for Tenet. And it only made about $20 million that opening weekend in the US, and I think another $150 million globally. And just this last weekend, it passed the $300 million mark. So they still have a long way to go before they turn it into a profit. So I can completely understand why that left a hard decision for the movie studios like Warner Brothers to kind of have to rethink and recalculate if it's willing to lose the money that, you know, they spent into Wonder Woman 1984. So of course they're going to have to put everything on delay, especially with Regal Cinemas, you know, having to shut back down again because there's really nothing coming out until like really anything worth watching until like late December. So with Warner Brothers taking drastic measures to keep the cast and crew safe for the Batman during production, that style of shooting was going to place limitations on a film this big. This really forced Warner Brothers to push Matt Reeves, the Batman, back. There's been some rumors that suggest Robert Pattinson has been increasingly difficult to work with, and, you know, along with the added stress, I guess he hasn't been really working out and, you know, keeping a tone fit body for the Batman role. I saw that report earlier this year as well, and to see it come back up again, it came from We Got This Covered, which is usually not a reliable source, but the fact that we keep hearing it is a bit interesting. It seems back to me during the DC fandom panel with Matt Reeves in August 22nd for the Batman, he seemed really excited and just very confident that Robert Pattinson was his perfect choice for Batman in this role. So he just expressed a lot of enthusiasm to work with Robert and how, you know, just nothing but praise for the actor. That being said, The Insider interviewed Robert Pattinson in May, and he said that he was barely working out during his quarantine. It was really because he believed it set a bad precedent for actors and actresses. Now, I've heard a lot of people say he was joking about that, but I think that's interesting that he would say that because, I mean, you know, us DC and Batman fans and superhero fans are going to be like, oh, look what Robert Pattinson said, and we're going to pick it apart. So he could have been just messing with us.
We can make you warm up. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, that's right. You know, believe me now, it's not our job to check up on you either. So, you know, if you're not going to do it, don't be jerking us around. You know, we don't have the time.
All we want to do is pump you up.
But in June, he said the exact opposite in Healthy for Men magazine, where he really discussed the intensive workout and regimen and the diet he was doing to get in shape for the Batman. So, needless to say, take this with a grain of salt. I don't think anyone is expecting Rob to be a hulking Batman like Batfleck. I think we're expecting something a little more like Bale, where it was kind of the slim-toned, agility-based Batman. But if he isn't working out, then he'll be doing a major disservice to all the fans and really to the character. And I think that's just something the fans won't respond kindly to if that is true.
What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
As of right now, 2021 belongs to James Gunn's Suicide Squad and the legendary Zack Snyder's Justice League that will be on HBO Max. Make sure you check out the next video that we're going to do. We're going to go into really, some interesting developments with the Snyder Cut and some new HBO Max announcements that just came out recently. So, here we go. The Batman is calling. Hey, Batman.
Time for push-ups. 1, 2. We're going to 1,000.
I'm afraid that's not possible, sir.
It is possible. I'm already at 20.
Keep it going. Well, I got to get back to helping Batman count all those push-ups to make sure he's ready for the next Batman film. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your fellow Bat family. And don't forget to tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.